Here I have the SUNWAYFOTO T3640CM, and after over a year using this tripod and having all the experience that I needed for a honest review, I'm going to review this tripod. I'm going to tell you all the specs, how the tripod works, how it behaves in the field, all the pros, all the cons, and my final recommendation. So let's get into it. As I said, I've been using this tripod for a bit over a year. I've been shooting with this tripod in all my trips and in many different conditions. From shooting lots of landscapes and seascapes in Iceland, in Peru, and in other places, to shooting wildlife in Alaska like brown bears, to shooting active volcanoes in Iceland, or even shooting like a ton of astrophotography. That's one of the things I love the most, and one of the reasons why I got this tripod. I was looking for something very sturdy for my astrophotography, so I've been using this for astro a lot here in the US and in other places. And after all this time and all these situations, I think I had enough experience with this tripod to talk about everything that I like, I don't like, and so on. So first of all, if you don't know this brand, SUNWAYFOTO is a photography company based in Hong Kong. They do lots of photography accessories like L brackets, leveling bases, panel heads, tripods, ball heads, and a ton of things. The first time I started using SUNWAYFOTO, it was with the L bracket. I got my first Nikon, I got the L bracket, and since then all my L brackets, leveling bases, panel heads are from SUNWAYFOTO. Apart from all these accessories, about 2 years ago they started doing tripods. I got my first tripod from them. It was a very compact, very light portable tripod called the SUNWAYFOTO T3640C. You can check a review on Capture the Atlas on my website. And I've been using that tripod. I love it. It was very light, very portable, but there were some things I didn't like the tripod legs were becoming very loose, and a couple of more things that I didn't really like. Then about 1 year ago, they launched the new second generation of tripods. And as soon as I saw them, it seems that they were fixing most of the problems that I was finding on my previous tripod. So I decided to give it a try, and I got this tripod. This is the T3640CM. All these new line of tripods, you have different models. Some of them are very light and portable for travel, smaller and more compact. Then you have some sturdy tripods like this with different leg sections and so on. Talking about the general specs, this is a carbon fiber tripod with some pieces of high quality aluminum like the top, but generally it's carbon fiber. I've been using carbon fiber for years, and to me it's the best material to have to save weight. These are lighter, of course, and to have less vibrations in your camera. The weight is extremely light for the size and capabilities. It's just 4.4 pounds, or about 2 kilos. And even though it seems like a bit bulky at first, it's like very light, and you can feel it. As soon as you get it, it's extremely light, which is something incredible for this type of tripod. Then talking about the payload capacity, is 66 pounds, which is about 30 kilos. So you can basically mount whatever you like on top of this tripod. It doesn't matter the gear that you have. It can be video, camera, wildlife, big lenses. Everything can stand on this tripod, and that's a very good thing. Talking about the folding size, it's 22 inches. So you can easily fit this tripod into any suitcase, any camera bag. You can attach to the side of your camera bag. And that's perfect when you are traveling and when you are doing some short hikes and some stuff like that. I wouldn't recommend a tripod like this for super long hikes. For that you have more travel tripods, which are probably better. But for general use, this tripod is great. Also, it's very durable and resistant. As I said, I've been using this tripod for over a year in many different environments. And one of the places where the tripods suffer most is when you're doing seascapes. All the sea salt that jumps into the tripod, the threads and the aluminum parts. If the tripod is not very good quality, you will see soon that there is some corrosion. In this tripod, as I said, it's been literally bathed on seascapes, and after a year everything looks fine, everything looks perfect. So it's very durable and very resistant. Going on with the tripod legs, here we have this specific model has 3 different sections. There are some other models from this tripod that have more sections and can fold into a smaller size. Personally, I prefer tripods with 3 sections, because if you have more sections, the lower sections of the tripod are gonna be very thin, and that's gonna be more unstable. So I always like having 3 sections like this, and that's perfect for me. When you extend all the legs, the height is gonna be 5. I'm 6 feet tall, and as you see, this tripod is perfect for my height. This is very useful, especially if there are some obstacles and you can basically skip them and have like the right height. It's gonna be also more comfortable when you are shooting, having something closer to your eyesight, and when you mount a ball head, it's gonna be even taller. So I think that is more than enough. The other good thing about this tripod is that it can fall down very, very low to the ground. And that's a very good thing, especially when you're shooting landscapes and you want to get very close to the foreground. That's a must for me in my photography. So with this tripod, you can basically put it just at ground level. Regarding the locking system, you see a clamp here on top of the tripod. This is very similar to other tripod brands. You can basically pull this out, just push from inside. And once you do it, you can change the tripod, the angle of the tripod, to 3 different angles. So you can rush down. This is the first position, second position, and third. It is pretty easy to use, to pull out, push, and that's very comfortable when you are in the field. Now for locking the legs, you'll see that there are some rubber twist locks. I personally prefer twist locks over clamps. Some people prefer the clamps, but to me this is more comfortable to fall on off of the tripod very easily. So this is the system I've been using for a long time, and the one I love. All these twist locks are sun, water, and dust sealed, and they look very fine, because when I'm using other tripods in the past, one of the main issues was that the rubber locks, after the use, they became very loose, and at some point I was losing them. And that's very uncomfortable then, when there's nothing here to hold and you need to unscrew. That becomes like a real pain. So with these rubber locks, so far I've been using them for a year. I had no issues. On my previous tripod, the other SUNWAYFOTO tripod, it has the same system, the same sealed rubber locks, and I never had a problem either. So these so far are working fine, but this is something probably that I will try to improve in the next generation for the tripod. I've seen other brands using like metal, kind of metal twist locks. So that way you make sure that this is not gonna come off over time. So that's probably something that I will change in this tripod. Continuing down, in the feet of the tripod, you'll see some rubber feet. These come by default on the tripod, but you can unscrew them and attach some spikes. The spikes are included with the tripod, and you can basically just unscrew the rubber feet and attach the spike feet. That became very, very handy when you are shooting on beaches, on mud, or places like that. For all the other situations, you have the rubber feet. This comes with a just general standard thread, so you can attach even accessories from other tripods. This is probably the main cons to me of this tripod. I don't like this system. I know that it can be useful for some people, but for me personally, I prefer the other models where you just unscrew and the spike come out. This becomes loose, and actually I lost one of these rubber feet in one of my last trips in Iceland. Thankfully I told this to SUNWAYFOTO and they sent me a replacement of 3 more rubber feet. So that speaks a lot about the customer service. They replied very fast, and the following week I had the replacement for my rubber feet. This is not really a cons maybe, but to me personally, it's probably the thing that I will change in this tripod. Now on top of the tripod, we have a base plate, which is an 81mm base plate included with the tripod as well. And this is perfect for any sturdy ball head, panel head, whatever you want to put on top. Also for Star Tracker mounts. That's one of the reasons why I got this tracker. It fits perfectly on my Star Tracker equatorial mount. Then we have here a bubble level, which is also great, especially if you're doing panoramas or tracking as well. You need to make sure that your tripod legs are perfectly stable. So you have the bubble level there. Then we have this top plate is removable by this clamp here on the side, and it's very, very easy to remove. So you just basically put this up, pull here, and the top comes out. This is great because especially if you are doing any other kind of photography, filmography, this is gonna be great, because here you can put any bowl adapter, like for example, like a camera head or leveling vase or any other thing. So you can perfectly fit here wherever you like, and it comes out and off very easily. So you just pull it here, put it back there, and that's ready. Underneath the top we have a hanging hook. This is great if you want to attach your camera bag or more weight in case it's like a very windy day or you want to have more stability. And that's basically the top of the tripod. Talking about the ball head, you can pair this tripod with basically any ball head from any brand or from SUNWAYFOTO, whatever you prefer. I'm using the SUNWAYFOTO ball head, the EB52. I got this last year as soon as it was released. And this is the lightest ball head in the market for this with these capabilities. It's again very durable, very resistant. Payload capacity is huge, and it works very simple. So you have one knob for managing the ball head, and the panel clamp here to just basically pan your ball head. One of the main reasons why I got this ball head is because the top plate, as you see, is just uncovered and on the edges. And this is key for me when I'm doing astrophotography. When I'm shooting with a bull mob and an intervalometer, and I place my camera vertically on the L bracket, I had to unscrew first the L bracket, make some space, and then attach a cable. I no longer have to do that because with this ball head and this plate, I can basically leave the cable falling from the side and it's gonna be fine. So that's a great advantage, and it has made life much easier since I'm using this ball head. And it's time to talk about the price. The price of this tripod, at least in the US right now, it's $559, which is very, very affordable compared to other top brands like Jitsu or Really Right Stuff or Promedia Gear and other tripods like that. This tripod has similar capabilities, quality, and everything. So it's very affordable, and it's one of the main reasons for using a tripod like this. It's very inexpensive. Included with the tripod, apart from the top plate and the rubber and spike feet, you have a carrying bag, which comes from very useful when you are traveling or when you are hiking in a location. And apart from that, you have a set of Allen keys like in any other tripods, and that's everything that's included with the price. So summing up, talking about the pros of this SUNWAYFOTO T3640CM, the main pro I would say is that it's extremely light and compact for the capabilities and for the payload capacity. That's the thing that I really remark. This tripod is extremely light. It feels like very light and with very high quality. Second thing is super stable. I've been testing this under very high winds and it's really, really stable and very beefy. So it's something I love about this tripod. Another pro, of course, is that it's very durable. As I said, I've been using this for over a year in all different environments, and it stands the test of time. So it's extremely durable and it's like in perfect condition after a year. And lastly, it's suitable for many genres. So you can shoot landscape photography, wildlife, astrophotography, video, whatever you like. It fits for any kind of genre, so that's something good. Talking now about the cons, however, there are two things that I would like to change that I already mentioned. First, the rubber locks, they are perfect so far. I didn't have any issue with them, but in the future, I'm afraid that they can become loose like in other tripod brands. So I would prefer to have some metal twist locks instead. That's something I would change. And the last thing are the feet. As you know, you want to change between and switch between the rubber feet and the spikes. You have to unscrew and then screw again spikes. It would be nice to have a system where you just unscrew and the spikes come up. And if you ask me like who is this tripod for, I recommend this tripod to any photographer who is serious about their craft, serious about their photography. I want a professional tripod for all genres that is affordable and that offers the maximum quality. So I hope you like this review, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll be happy to help.